Hey there, what's going on? It's Lisa here, Raw Food for Kids. I'm excited as usual because I'm making something yummy. And I think you guys are really going to like this one. It's something really special. I am making steak fajitas with a chimichurri sauce. Alright. My steak obviously is not meat steak that most people think of. My steak is going to be mushrooms, any type you like. I got little baby creminis. You could use portobellos, you could use button, you could use shiitake, you can use a mixture. And I did a really quick salt on this. If you guys watched my bolognese video, I showed you guys how I sliced the mushrooms. If you're in a hurry, slice them thin. If you got some time, do them thicker. And just a little salt like you would season anything else. And you just want to salt both sides, kind of mix it all together with your hands, put some paper towels down, and the salt will pull out the water. And that's really going to intensify the flavor in the mushroom, and it's also going to give it a kind of meatier, kind of cooked texture, which I think is more desirable when you're, trying to, make a dish and make something kind of taste similar to what you've had before. And I think it goes off well when you have guests and things like that. People don't even notice what it is that they're eating because everything else tastes so delicious. So I've got a packet of it's about 2 cups of some mushrooms here. There's no right or wrong amounts, but I went ahead and salted them. And I want to make the chimichurri sauce. But I got my little toppings. I'll show you. I got some. When I think fajitas, I think peppers and onions. So I got some tricolor peppers I sliced real thin. I'm using some green onions just because I think it's a little less harsh than slicing up a bunch of raw onions without cooking them. So I got some my peppers and onions, and I got a little chopped tomatoes and tomatillos. All right, if you never had a tomatillo, it's what it looks like. You've seen them in your grocery stores, I'm sure. Got a little bit of a husk. You just peel this off, and these are delicious. They you can eat them raw. They taste like kind of like a sweet tomato with a bit of a citrus flavor to them. So I think it's perfect throwing in a salsa. If you want a really quick, simple salsa, just do what I did. A little fresh tomato, a little tomatillos. You can add some cilantro. Jen doesn't like cilantro, so I got some off to the side here just to keep it real light. But yeah, it's got some citrus to it. It's delicious. And if you're kind of on a budget, you can almost get away with using some of these. And they'll look kind of like heirlooms just to give a little color. So that's the tomatillos, and I'm going to use some red chard for my little fajita wrap. So let's make the chimichurri sauce. This is popular in Argentinian cooking, and Latin American, and it's a real flavor. It's basically like a pepper herb sauce. It's traditionally served over steak. Or used as a marinade. It's really flavorful. So check this out. This is how I'm going to make it. This is my recipe here. I've got 1 poblano pepper. Alright, poblanos look like a narrow green bell pepper. And they are probably about the same heat as a bell pepper. They're not spicy at all. Very mild. Okay. Good thing I grabbed that and not the jalapeno. But 1 poblano, real mild pepper. 1 jalapeno, which has a little heat, so I took out the seeds and the ribs. 3 cloves of garlic. I've got a 1/4 cup of cilantro, 1/4 cup of basil, and 1 cup of parsley. And everything is just kind of, I gave it a good kind of rough chop. I'm going to put everything in the food processor. And the juice of 1 lime. Okay, so cup of parsley, 1/4 cup of basil and cilantro, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 jalapeno, and 1 poblano pepper, and the juice of 1 lime. And this is all going in here. And normally this sauce has olive oil because it's used as like a marinade. But feel free, if you don't mind the fat, you could add some olive oil, a little extra flavor, and make it a little looser. But not really doing the oil thing. So I'm keeping mine fat-free, and instead of vinegar like traditionally used, I'm using the the fresh lime. And how awesome is this? Like if I was sauteing, you know, traditional meat or these mushrooms, I'd throw in some peppers and maybe some herbs and just give it some nice flavor. All these things work well with what we're doing. It's just going to add a nice flavor. And we could adjust it with a little salt, but I salted my mushrooms, so you want to go kind of easy. And just kind of pulse this up. You don't want it liquefied, but you do want it like kind of finely chopped, I guess. It's a sauce, not a salsa. Kind of scrape it down. I'm on soup week, but I was tired of soup. I didn't feel like it today, so I'll do another soup in a day or two. Alright, let's see. I think we're good here. Let me give it a little taste. See? Look what we got. Basically, it looks like kind of like almost like an herb kind of pepper kind of paste. A little loose from the lime juice, and the peppers are full of water. So, this is going to be nice. Oh yeah, it's got some spice from the jalapeno. Woo! But I go kind of spicy when I make things like this because we're putting all these vegetables that are so mild. It's really going to give it that nice flavor. So check this out. Got my plate. I got my soft shell here. My Swiss chard. I like the chard because it's a big leaf. So actually, I'm gonna put my Let's put my peppers and onions down. Alright, pretty colors. Look at that. Nice crunch. Hook it up. My onions. Okay. It's like we're making a taco, but, you know, this is, this is like fat-free. How healthy is this? My goodness. Some of this tomatillo and fresh tomatoes. Oh, yeah. And I have a little avocado, too, that Jen will probably have some. I'm trying to cut back on my fat for the next week or two. I'm doing this ab thing. So I'm putting my steak on, my little mushroom steak. See all that? Look at that. I'm going to spoon on some of this chimichurri sauce. Okay, it's got some heat. The heat is in the jalapeno. It's not in anything else, and a little bit from the garlic gets a little spicy. All those fresh herbs. I'm going to put some, hook up the cilantro on mine. I really love cilantro. And maybe a little more fresh tomatoes on top. I mean, check that out. You could put some avocado if you wanted to. Look at that. Steak fajita, a little chimichurri sauce. I don't want to be messy here. See, you just roll it up like this. Just like you would make a taco. But, you know, something a little different. Let's get a little bite on the end here. That's really nice. That's really good. Real refreshing with all the herbs and everything. So check this out. Try some new stuff. If you've never bought tomatillos, buy some tomatillos. Never made chimichurri sauce. Great little marinade. You can actually make the chimichurri sauce and pour it over your mushrooms and marinate your mushrooms in the chimichurri sauce. I just wanted to show you how to make the chimichurri sauce and have everything already ready to go. But you can totally use it as a marinade for your portobello mushrooms, and just let it sit in the refrigerator for, you know, do it in the morning or prep it at night for the next day. It'll be totally fine, and then just slice up your mushrooms real nice, and you're good to go. And then you could just take that sauce and put it separately and let everybody just kind of spoon it over if they want some extra. But that's it for today. Please subscribe to these videos. Leave me a comment. Give me a thumbs up. And find me on Facebook. I got a link. I'll be putting pictures up there. And That's it. I'll be posting the recipe written out on rawfoodforkids.org. There's a link for that. And remember to eat happy foods. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Have a good one, guys.